Hi there. I'm often asked about gold. The name Goldsmith, it's something I've always been interested in for a long time. I'm often asked by people, should I buy gold now? Is it too late for me to buy gold? Well, gold, through many hundreds of years, has always been a store of value. Even in the days of Nebuchadnezzar, it is said that 1 ounce of gold was worth 350 loaves of bread. And today, with a loaf of bread being around $2.50 and an ounce of gold being around 900 US dollars, it's roughly held its value all those hundreds of years. What I'd like to talk about is the advantages of having gold and also some of the disadvantages, potential disadvantages, that you also need to watch out for. One of the biggest advantages is that it's easily tradable. You can buy it, you can sell it. It's a good store of value. It's virtually indestructible. If you had a fire, the gold, although maybe not in the shape that it was originally, will still be there. So it's a great store of value. Now the pundits are saying that potentially gold, with all the uncertainty we have right now, is going to go at least to $2,000 an ounce. And I'm inclined to agree with them. So for those of you who feel as though you may be a little late getting on the bandwagon, I'd have to say to you that with gold today at about $893 an ounce, it's looking increasingly like a bargain. So what are the potential pitfalls? Well, one of the first is that you need to be aware, if you're buying gold and you're new to gold, that it's extremely volatile. It can move $100 up or down in a day. So if you're a little faint-hearted and you tend to watch everything that's going on all the time, then you need to be aware that it will not stay at a very steady level, and particularly not with the volatility that we have in the markets today. One of the other things I'm asked frequently, particularly by my US clients, is what about gold being confiscated? Could it be confiscated again? Because in 1933, it was a criminal offence for a US citizen to have any gold. Could it happen again? Well, there are possible scenarios in which it could happen. One of them that you should be watching out for is that if the gold price increases astronomically. Let's say the dollar drops significantly and gold starts going up and maybe to 3,000 an ounce. And at that point you really need to be aware. You need to be watching what's happening around the world. And at that point you may seriously consider, well, should I be looking at possibly cashing it in at this moment? Because if they were to confiscate the gold, you can be sure that you wouldn't get the market value. So it's important to keep an eye on it. Also, what else could happen? Well, Russia has been calling for a return to, potentially partial return to the gold standard. And if there was a return to the gold standard, I'm not saying there will be, but if there was, potentially that also would be a time to sell before that happened, because then probably worldwide you would not be allowed to hold gold, except for official purposes. So yes, confiscation is a possibility, not likely at this point, but should the price escalate vastly, then you really need to watch the markets very closely and stay aware of what's going on. We live in uncertain times, folks. And I hope that these videos are helpful to you to guide you through the maze of information out there. Thanks for listening. I'll be back soon.